Just floating around a little bit on the Lightning Planet, setting a couple of things up to go play with on one of our little platforms. Hello, everybody. This is Frogman, and welcome back to Factorio Space Age. This may or may not be the last episode of this particular series, just given the fact that there's a couple of little things I want to complete after the last time, just completing a couple of things, getting some research done and messing around. So I am kind of doing a little bit of additional work here on Fulgora because, we got the legendary quality status module thingies last time, and unfortunately I didn't get it because I've been too busy playing around. But yes, we do, where we now have all of our modules are legendary. Where the heck ever this is right here, all my modules are legendary, means we've managed to make a couple of legendary modules. As far as quality is concerned, we can run over here and take a little look-see. I've been kind of playing, or at least I should say been kind of playing. We're at this probably 10 or so hours at this point in time after that happened. So I've gone through and cleared out everything that we had that was less than legendary outside of the stones and the ice, and I've reworked this little process just a little bit, just to kind of have a little bit of fun with it. And I was trying to utilize the functionality of the stack inserter with these particular systems, and in order to do that, you have to take these and output them into a chest and then do a little bit of logic. And some people who are smarter than me came up with an idea here that basically measures what's in the chest, which right now this chest is kind of full because, we're doing goofy things. And then it decides based on how much is in the chest and how much stacks are there, or what's stacked the highest, and it has to be over, I believe, 4 or 5 particular in a stack, and then tells the inserter, grab that next stack that has got at least 4 or 5, whatever in it, and place it on the belt. As we see here, it's kind of hard to actually see with all the wires. Let's do this. As we see here, there's 2 inserters sitting here pulling out of a storage chest and then depositing onto a belt that then runs up here. And because these items are stacked, because they're starting to stack, the belts will kind of allow them to continue to stack, and you will end up with something that looks kind of sort of like this: a sushi stacked up nasty belt that is then being fed into a similar system. And if I go ahead and push the alt button again, that now has a bunch of legendary machines working, or at least the first couple of rows, legendary recyclers working through with a bunch of legendary quality. Legendary machines run at a really ridiculous pace, at least at this point in time. We can kind of see them go a little bit here. That's just iron plates just going away and having the quality module of a quality product of about 25% being added on top of them. Once again, you're playing with a 75% loss on the random garbage that comes out of here. So, of course, the majority of everything else is dropping down onto this belt in somewhat stacked form, being then reprocessed back out until there's nothing left but legendary materials. So, I am still stripping off all of the ice, all of the stone, and all of the whatever the heck this stuff is called, holmium ore, dropping that down into our sorting system, and then slowly but surely eating it up using some of the smaller little things. Again, I've been slowly making these as we go. I'm currently qualitying this section because all of this is where the majority of the scrap is coming out of, and there's an awful lot of scrap that's been coming in because our machines, our miners down here, have been getting reasonably decent quality stuff, and we're running or working on doing a decent amount of productivity. So the only reason why you see these things stop is because of the fact that these belts are backed up with as much garbage as I can possibly put on them. And as we build more and more of these the legendary recyclers, because everything else is epic. As we build more legendary recyclers, I've been putting them on here, and this belt has been getting a little bit better and a little bit better. Now, also in between episodes, I kind of goofed around and realized I was screwed up a little bit here when it comes to trying to produce something that has legendary quality. Legendary gears, to me, are more useful than legendary iron. Legendary wire is more useful to me than legendary copper plates. The thing is if you scrap not necessarily a legendary, but if you scrap a iron or, any one of these quality iron gears, the gears or the copper wire, you have a better chance, given the fact that theoretically, where is my thing? I want one of those. So here and here, if we look at this, theoretically, you get a better chance because this requires 2 pieces of iron plate. You're kind of doubling your chances of getting a quality iron plate versus trying to just, well, you get a quarter, 75% loss if you scrap this, which means for every 4 plates you scrap, you get 1 with the possibility here. Whereas if this is the case, it takes 2 iron plates to make 1 iron gear, so you're doubling your output. So theoretically, you're only scrapping 2 iron plates to get a possible iron plate that way. The same thing goes with iron, or the copper here. Copper requires, again, 1 copper plate, but I believe it's 1 copper per whatever, but it's a different crafting time. Actually, it's 2, isn't it? Yeah, it's 2. 2 copper cables. So you get 2 copper cable for 1 copper plate, which means, again, you're not scrapping as many copper plates to try to get a copper plate. So kind of is one of those things. It made more sense. Plus, if you're going to be using things that do productivity, you also want to be making the thing that's going to make the most productivity. So every time this thing crafts, at least at this point, we're looking at a 50% productivity. So every craft is going to give me half of another thing, at least for the current time. Now, that may change once we do a little bit more, once I do a little bit more, if I do a little bit more. Let's just put it like that. I have been examining a couple of things, and again, this is just trying to get the quality thought whether or not I want to continue on with this playthrough based on trying to do quality further on. And the reasoning why I'm saying that is because if you take a look at this, this is a legendary productivity module 1, meaning not a module 3, a module 1, that has the exact same productivity functionality as a regular productivity module 3. Now, this is one of those things where this is interesting to me because a regular productivity module 1 is 5 of each of the, of course, 5 of each of the circuits, the green and the red circuits, which means I can remove all of these, scrap every single one of them, go back and build a whole bunch of these out and have the exact same productivity with less energy consumption and less pollution production. And what's really important, less speed reduction. Whereas there you see it's minus 15%, these are minus 5. That's amazing. That means for the same productivity as what this gives me, I can be running, well, twice as fast, 3 times, well, two-thirds times as fast, however you want to do the math on those things. So this is definitely a thing that's like, wow, okay, when you get to legendary, you're really kind of doing things. The biggest thing that I'm seeing here, and the biggest thing that's obvious about this whole mess, is that if you look at this, this is going to be an almost 25% productivity bonus based on what's happening in a machine that is capable of holding 4 of these modules. Never mind the speed, never mind anything else, just care about the productivity. When you're looking at something like this that is eating up 75% of whatever you put in it and spitting out, something at that rate, regardless of this 25% possibility, your odds are still really awful with this type of a system to try to gain quality parts. At this level, now, we're throwing away, and the reasoning why I say this is because the chances of a legendary period on something like, say, if I throw, well, whatever we're doing right here, the chances of a legendary happening here is something like 0.9% from this machine based off of what's going on. Still, it's awful. However, if you take that particular thing and you say find something like this, now we're removing a 10% reduction on those things, so it's like 9-ish% that it might get a little better. But on top of that, I'm still throwing away 75% of what's going in here to make something else. So There are lots better ways to do quality, and again, if I decide I want to continue with this series, it's going to be starting from the ground up and moving away from Fulgora to a planet that is, well, more interested in using these things. Because anything that requires a liquid doesn't necessarily require quality. In that level of sense, if I wanted to say make plastic, well, I should say, if I wanted to make low density structures quality, the only thing I would have to add to that would be quality plastic. Quality plastic only really requires, and this is the other fun thing because plastic requires petroleum gas, only really requires quality coal. And you're like, well, okay, how are you going to get quality coal? Quality coal is made very simply in one of these from this. That right there. Again, liquid and, well, a carbon. Carbon is achieved by scrapping, or scrapping, processing, where the heck is it? This, either carbonic asteroid crushing right here, is how you get this. Well, if you work on trying to get carbonic asteroid chunks as quality, which really isn't that hard because of the fact that you can use the reprocessing thing and just cycle them over and over and over and over and over with quality modules inside well, up here, if we just go up here, grab any one of these. So like Fulgora Mining, this is the little mining platform up here. If I were just to remove the productivity out of, say, here, this little guy right here, if I just put in quality modules in here and cycle these around and around and around and around and around until I get something, because in reality, this is going to output a, a 40% chance of an asteroid chunk of the same type. Well, this stuff's free up here. This stuff's coming in no matter what. I mean, here's a whole bunch of them coming in right now. If I were to just do that and have a little ship flying back and forth between a couple of places, like say, I don't know, Vulcanus and Fulgora, you know, I could just have a little ship flying back and forth between those two places, picking up and crafting a whole bunch of little random stuff, putting it on a box, and then slowly over time reprocessing, like say, carbonic chunks until I end up with legendary carbonic chunks. When you take a legendary carbonic chunk and you feed it through a system with productivity here, where is it, like right here, then you're going to get the productivity that comes off of those. So those are currently at a pretty garbage 132% productivity, but you'd get whatever it would be in legendary carbon that you could then turn into legendary coal that you could then feed and make consistent legendary plastic, which would allow you to do a lot of interesting things. So that's kind of what I'm thinking and what we need to do, and generally that's how everybody has been doing this, as far as I can tell, with the better route as far as making lots and lots and lots of legendary parts. Because if you can make the basic legendary stuff, or the basic stuff like the iron, copper, steel, coal, stone, all of those little things is legendary, then the majority of what you need to be able to make things later on is super simple, easy to do. So yeah, whether or not we do that, I don't know. I know I've been kind of sitting here rambling and talking about it. I just wanted to say that maybe early game, if you're looking at doing uncommon and rares, this is a really, really, really good way to do it, because the chances for these things to spit out, well, especially if you're doing uncommon scrap, the chances for them to spit out something that is better than what you put in there is very, very, very good. It's like, I don't know, it's like 90 and 30 or 90 and 60% for those first two tiers, given how much you can possibly put in these things. But once you get past epic, or once you get to epic, I should say, because epic is, you're throwing away 75% of the stuff. Essentially, that's what I'm doing right now. Even with epics, you're throwing away 75% of the stuff that you get out of the system to produce something. Well, if you're throwing away 75% and only getting back 25% of the 75% away, you're throwing away, it's not a whole heck of a lot of stuff. It takes lots of time. And I knew it when I started this project. I just had a lot of fun playing on this particular planet, and I think this particular planet would be a lot of fun to try to maybe do an entire, almost all the way through playthrough, meaning where you would come here and leave Novice forever until you needed eggs, which would be kind of fun. I think. But that'd be something else to play with for another day. So with all that being said, I know that's been 14 or 15 minutes of me prattling. What are we going to do today? Well, today we're going to go to Vulcanus because there's 2 achievements I want to get. And that is to murder a big worm and murder a medium-sized worm, and then maybe think about possibly doing a little bit of work over here because I finally used the tungsten up that was right here, which means the idea might be to come over into these 2 sections right here and expand out towards these 2 tungsten ores just so that we have something to play with later on. But yes, everything here has been working reasonably well. Looks like it's all backed up nicely. Scrap production is broken again because I told this to stop because I'm over here waiting on it. So let me get into my little platform ship thingy, whatever, and take a ride back over to Novice, and then we can move on. But yeah, I kind of wanted to at least discuss that little section on the Fulgorian planet over here with this mess, because I had accumulated so much stuff with this process that by the time we got somewhere, we're waiting on coal once again, and I screwed up. It accumulated so much stuff over here that it took almost 6 hours to eat up all of this stuff and recycle it all into what was left of this mess. So these blueprints like this can be found online. It's literally, again, it's just a little measure of, is there a certain amount of stack in this box? How much per stack? Please read what's in the box. Once something gets to a specific stack size, drop it on the thing. So pretty simple, pretty easy. So anyhow, we are at the Novice planet. We're going to jump off here and then take a ride over to Vulcanus once I load up that rocket or thing or whatever it is. Okay, got everything loaded up, sorted, filled in. We have a whole lot of uranium rounds, a bunch of Tesla ammo, and some cluster grenades because I want to go test some things. We also brought along about 50 legendary gun turrets and a few other little things. First one I want to play with is we're going to come down here to this particular feller. Looks like it's right here anyway. Right? Where are you? You're right there. All right. I'm just going to do like that, and that, and just do the thing. Come up there and fill up. Okay. Understanding that I'm probably going to lose a large amount of what's here. That's fine. But what I want to see is if he'll come over here. Come on. As soon as you make it mad, it's going to start being a pain in the butt, I think. So, come on. Hey, I know you don't care about my lasers. I just built a bunch of stuff down here. Did you not see this? Here, let me put a telephone pole down here. Maybe another telephone pole? How about 2 or 3 of those telephone poles? Is that going to get you excited? I'm in your area. Hello? I really don't want to shoot you right now. Want to have to come up here, maybe? I was trying to keep you away from here. Really? I figured it did come by now. We need to clear out this territory, and then I want to go have fun trying to kill at least one of the medium ones and one of the big ones. This one is not interested in us at all. I don't know why. Do not like telephone poles now. How about I build a bunch of furnaces? Oh, that might have got him mad. Nope. How about furnaces? You like furnaces? No? Normally by now it would have turned. All right, well, I guess we'll go up there in that corner then. We'll take all of this stuff with us. Probably like as soon as I do this, it'll turn around. Okay. So I'm going to come over here then. Where is your territory best spot to be? I'd like to try to stay away from a lot of the lava. Your territory is... Maybe we go over just a little bit, like right over there and do it. Right there. That looks like a bad spot. Actually, give me about half of that and half of that and put that in there and that in here. Probably going to lose a bunch of it anyway. Ah, here we come. Good, good, good. You have, like, a bunch of those. You not like that? Come here. I'm just playing with you. I'd like you to come over here. Oh, he killed him. Nice. I figured that would happen eventually. Come on. Come over here. I want to see what these do. There you go. Yeah, he managed to get a few of them, but okay. We're done there. Okay, I think we got a few of the things picked up. Let's see. Got all... Well, we lost a couple there. Not too terrible. Let's go see what we got in this next layer. What is this one going to be? I would really like to get into this. This might end up being a little bit more fun than we think. That one wanted to be silly and just like wander around all over the place because I hit it with some of this laser stuff or this electrical stuff. What do we have down here? Are you down here? Where are you? You are right there. What are you? You are a medium. A medium has, like, what is it, 100% more health? I forget. Something like that. He shouldn't bother me while I'm standing here. A small worm has 30,000 health. A medium worm has a half, well, 100,000 health. You may end up being the thing that takes care of us. I don't know. This might be a little bit of fun. I need to find an area and see about whether or not this is going to be enough to do the work. But I may throw a bunch of poison out in front of wherever we place this. Let's see. Maybe right... I kind of want to make them a little bit spared apart so that he can't... Let's go over here where we own things. I want to kind of get it to where that they can't just like throw one attack at the whole thing and make a mess out of it. So let's see here. I want you and then come on, you and then we maybe do one like that. So maybe like so, only like twice that wide. I mean, I understand that doesn't look like a lot. It's trying to get a lot of stuff in these. Can I build these with that in them? Like if I put a... So in order to make this work, I have to do something kind of like that, and then I have to hand fill them. Is that what you're telling me? So that means I need some time to hand fill these things. I guess we see. Where is Homeboy? He is already traveling through the area that I would like to work on. This is outside his territory, its territory, their territory, whatever. What is this like? So it's going to come down along this. I'm sitting over here waving at the map here. Map. it's going to probably wander like this and around. So maybe we go up here and see if we can't get a square edge to it somewhere. Like that. And then I take my time. Well, like, the thing is, again, if I start building things right now, it's going to realize I'm here eventually and come right at me. Which, I don't know why it's taking so long. How about we do this? Can we go convince it to come right here by placing a mine or two? I mean, I won't feel too bad if I lose all this stuff. Where'd you go? You're over there. Not helpful. Already passed. Never mind. Pick it all up. Okay, I'm going to go, I guess like I said, we're going to go up here. I'm going to try to build an array kind of facing that way. So like maybe this and that. And then I'm going to hand feed this thing. Because, you know, that's the thing you do. And then we'll go from there. Oh, it's gotten excited, and it's mad at me for putting stuff in its area, and that's not great because I don't have them all put up yet. How long do I have? You're over there. Okay, we got a couple of minutes. I just wish there was an easier way of doing this. There probably is, knowing me, but, you know, it is what it is. Put the rest of those in there, and then we'll just see what happens. Because I think what I might do is like throw some poison capsules out here, have it run into them, and then try this stupidly. So poison, 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 poison. And poison. Right there. Come over here. Follow me. Okay. Hey, we got another one. I got a medium that time. Hooray. I need a little bit more rounds, I think. It's definitely, you got to get them lined up and lined in it, but we need bigger guns is right on that level. Let's go put a couple more of these away. I'm a little concerned I don't have enough ammunition now for a big one, but that definitely did work, kinda. Cool. At least I now have access to this section. I wonder what's in there. I probably should get rid of this one. Now, I know there's some big demolishers either side of this. I'm going to go back over here and get some more rounds. I still have lots of those things. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to get about another, I don't know, 10, 12 stacks of rounds because we should have some coming in. I forgot how much of a real pain in the tail that was. I think we're just going to go scout out us a worm and see whether we can find us a big one. I don't know which direction I want to go. But learning that that was likely a medium worm means that probably just about everything else around here is going to be medium worms. That's interesting. Maybe this is a little bit more fun than I thought it was going to be. I need to take care of you. I want to take care of you real quick. Let me get rid of this guy. Because he's just loud and annoying. Alright, he didn't take much. The little ones, they don't take very much at all. We lose, unfortunately, a little bit of ammunition every time that happens. But there we go. There's another one down. And that means I have a little bit more wiggle room over here. This planet, I don't know. Again, there's going to be some things we're going to have to work on eventually, and I'm going to probably start wanting to consolidate. Going to start wanting to take over some areas that have lots of surface area like that. So, and I think there's going to be another big patch of it over here. I still haven't made the reinforced foundation or whatever the heck those things were from Aquilo, mainly because I haven't found the need for it yet. So I think we'll just kind of wander this direction and see who's what. What are you? You a little worm? You're a small one. How about your neighbor? This one's probably going to be a medium, right? Yeah, that's a medium. How far do I have to go before I find a large demolisher? And what are they like? Oh, well, there's one right there. It has 300,000 hit points. Holy moly. And it is explosion proof, fireproof, impact proof, physical, and poison. Really? That's interesting. Hang on a minute. Don't eat me. I'm just going to look at something here very quickly. The medium one was 60 explosion, poison, and physical. The small is poison and physical and explosion with electric. They're electric and electric. Huh. Going to do a little bit of experimentation before I deal with these guys. I just read something. I somehow apparently can put ammunition in a blueprint with these things. That would save me an hour of time. Oh wow, that's handy. I'd have liked to have known that 20 minutes ago. So in order to do that now, they'll automatically place it and put turret ammo in it. Huh. That is super cool. Okay, let's go test that then on one of these other guys. So what I did is I went to, you can't do it here. This is the interesting thing. You can't do it here. So I can't like place this down and then place ammunition in it and then create a blueprint that has the ammunition in it. That doesn't work because it'll place without the ammunition. But if you do it from remote view, i.e. here, even if I'm standing here, it should work, right? Well, I'm too far away from it, but that's fine. So one of them's going to put it down, and then I should be able to then... No, I don't want to do that. Whatever, we should be able to do that from remote. Interesting. Pick that all up. Cool. Come back out of here. Let's play with another local. Where's another local? I just want to test that real quick, because that means all I should have to do is take this, get it onto a flat spot, and my bots will do all of the work for me. Where are you, buddy? You're over here. So if I just... And I don't want to have to blow up a bunch of things, but just do that. Huh. How very cool. Are you coming? Hello? Come on. That was a bad angle. Okay. Huh. Interesting. We might have to get a little bit more ammunition to take care of this problem. Might. But there's another one down. How much ammo do we have now? Come on, let's. Yeah, we're getting a little low. I might go try to get a little more. We should have had it by now, picked up and dropped a couple of more off and done a little bit more goofing for us. Yeah, not much. It's a kind of a slow process considering that these are they're 25 per rocket load. It takes a couple of times. So anyhow, I think what I'm going to do is go back up where I was and found this one fellow. Maybe the one that's in here, or we'll see. If there's one in here, there's an awful lot of open area up here, meaning there's not a lot of lava being taken up out here. I wouldn't mind it for some building surface area to remove a big one. How many's in that one? 33. How many do I have left? 40. Well, I have more than that. I've got about 60. Okay. These two guys live right next to each other. Isn't that cute? Okay, I'm going to do... I think this one I'm going to actually go ahead and give a save game on it. Because... who knows? I think... this is a big one? That's a medium. Let's set it up like maybe up here. This doesn't look like enough. I would figure that dude would probably need at least twice that. I don't know. So then if I do this, I can you from to there, go to these. Okay, and then I'm going to put those there. Okay, how much more bullets have we got? How much is this? 50. Okay, and then here, again, you to, no, not that, you to just regular. Since we have a whole bunch of those, and then do that. Oh, no, I don't have a whole bunch of those. I have a whole bunch of electric turrets. Never mind. Where is our friend? Are you interested in me yet? No, you're not. I'm going to come up here. You've probably gotten a little distance at this point. Let's go see about building a couple of very important, expensive structures in your way to get you to come over here. Come on. You know, actually, will you follow a telephone pole? Telephone poles are a lot cheaper. Oh, yes, you will. Look at you. That's fine. Pick up your expensive stuff. Need you to come right here, and then right there. And then I'm going to grab a whole handful of these. And a bunch of this. Get out of it. Why are they not attacking it? No, 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 no. Out, 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 out. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I am going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Can't fly. Thank you. Can I have my what's left of these back, please? Man, that's annoying. How bad did you get any damage done to it? No. Any damage at all. You can't even tell. I don't even know if that does any damage at all. Come on, guys. Swing in there. It's a narrow spot that we can try it. Yeah, I think it's regenning faster than I can hurt it, isn't it? Well, that's kind of what I was wondering what was going to happen. Okay, we need more firepower. I'm not going to dick around with that today. So I will see you all in the next one, or maybe not. I don't know. We will see. I was just experimenting to see whether or not I had the firepower and the know-how to be able to blow one of those things up. At least we got a medium done, which means I have a little bit more room and a little bit more things to do. So until next time, if there is one, I think we're probably going to be closing this one out. If not, there might be a couple. Again, I'm still on the fence, but this is likely going to be the last episode for y'all. I may play this offline and have a little bit of fun with it. I've enjoyed it thoroughly as far as the actual game is concerned. This planet, I feel like they could have done a little bit more with. It felt like an easy kind of a walk in the park once you got a couple of little things done. mainly because of the fact you make everything out of calcite and lava, and that's pretty much it. I mean, calcite, lava, and coal does everything here. As far as the rest of these, Fulgora, I think by far is my favorite planet. This base is probably about as much fun as I can possibly ever just continue to play. I could probably sit here for days and days and days and just do random silly stuff here on this particular planet and have a lot of fun with it, because it's the first time that you're throwing things away versus actually trying to, use every ounce of everything that you get like you normally would in regular vanilla Factorio. Gleba, I had a good time. Gleba was another one of those you had to wrap it around your brain, the fact that you had to allow things to rot, which means you have to think in loops and circles and random little things, which is why this all has lots of circles and things cycle around and around and around, because eventually these things rot off the belts and do whatever. I had plans to make this base a little bigger, and again, it's just kind of one of those, did I really need to? No. I probably should have built it up here where there was a little bit more building space, but it is what it is, and it's worked. I did get a whole bunch of fill put in case I ever felt like building a bunch of stuff out here, and I just never got around to doing it. Again, as always, Novice, I love this planet. This is the planet that we've, played with for years and years and years and years. And, I could just spend days and days and days doing goofy things here and having a little bit of fun. I would like to rework this again eventually. Like, we're at a point now in the game where essentially what you would do is you would start ramping up production into the thousands for your basic science production, your regular old everyday science production, because a lot of what you're going to continuously do is going to be like mining productivity, steel productivity, bullets. Actually, this is not a stupid thing to keep doing because it makes your bullets better for your platforms. Lasers, kind of whatever. Plastic, this is where I could see another thing happening. There's a lot of technologies that are going to come along down the line that you could probably spend a lot of time working on. I mean, this is a really great idea, and this especially is something you should just keep doing. The point is it's after a while you're having to really, really, really just use up space. And when you're using up space, you're going to have to start thinking about doing better jobs at quality and making machines as fast as they possibly can. Especially on planets like Fulgora, where if you don't feel like making foundations to fill up the room, and the reason why I say foundations, these, where are we? I need to go over to Aquilo. I have not made them yet. I haven't even had a plan to think about making them yet because I really haven't felt the need. But if you put one of these down and you look at, I believe it's in here somewhere. I don't remember where it's at. Actually, no, I think it's in wherever they are. These things right here. They're made in an assembling machine. They have to pretty much be made on Aquilo. I mean, they don't necessarily have to be made on Aquilo, but two of the parts are made here, which means you're either going to be shipping fluoroketone and lithium plate back to a location where they would be easier to function, or you make them here. The thing is you're not getting a whole lot of them for what you're, producing. As far as where did this thing go? Can I have my thing? You, go. If you put this down and you look at this, it's one for 20 stone, 5 tungsten things, carbon fiber, lithium plate, and a whole lot of fluoroketone. Hold. One, I believe. One, right? Just one. Yeah, one. So it's kind of not worth the time. It's easier just to build and run things. Like this planet, you have all of the ice in the world. You can just build a flat area. This planet, this is where I think I lost the interest in this DLC. It's not that it was hard. It was that I had to sit around and wait for enough parts to come in so that I could build platform to build on. So this is kind of like C Block or Sky Block or something where I guess it is kind of like C Block. You're literally building a platform on an ocean. This was where I kind of lost it because it took a lot of time to build just this little area and then, fill in some of the areas over here and then build a few things over here. It took a lot of time. Once I got enough surface area to be able to build all the little parts, pieces that I need to be able to do things, then it wasn't so bad. It literally just, then the difficulty just, like there was just flat that you were walking along and then the difficulty just fell off a cliff and just went to nothing as far as Aquilo is concerned. So I would like to rework it, yes, but again, I'm kind of not feeling it right now, and I'm kind of feeling like maybe it's about time to go play another game for a little while, or maybe do something else for a little while, or I don't know. I might sit down and revisit this, and might sit down and stream it. I don't know. I might just kind of not do anything at all with it. But I think for right now, given the fact that I've done all of the researches that I wanted to do, and now I know how ugly these guys are going to be as far as destroying my equipment, I'm not going to, again, worry about it. So I guess until then, ladies and gentlemen, we will either see you next time or we will see you later. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and then I will see you. Bye.